I've got to share with you, this is not the easiest video to make. In fact, I've made multiple attempts at filming this video and just haven't been able to do it, haven't been able to come up with the words to share with you guys. It's probably one of the reasons why you haven't seen a whole lot from me on YouTube. I did skip a release date and haven't been very active on Instagram or anything like that. Just because I've been dealing with a loss. So for me, it's very important to be transparent with you guys as much as I can be. Obviously, there are some elements about my personal life that I don't share with, you know, thousands of people out there in the public. But when it comes to fish keeping, I do try to be as open as possible to share, you know, the ups and downs and everything that goes on with fish keeping in my experience. So anyway, without further ado, as you can probably tell by the title of this video, which I don't even know how to title it yet, so whatever it is, I'm sure it's gonna share what this topic is about, or from the thumbnail. And that is the loss of my dear fish, Oscar. So if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know that I had this Oscar fish that was named Oscar, and was very near and dear to myself and my family. Quite the saga as far as what Oscar went through and how I got him. You guys have been able to follow a lot of his story from me, recuperating him and getting his health back from, a very bad condition back to, being vibrant and lively, and then most recently with Oscar having some health issues. So anyway, I'm not going to get into the details. The truth is I don't know, exactly what happened. I did share in an earlier video that I did notice that the behavior of my fish, Oscar, wasn't normal. Oscars can be moody, so I thought it was kind of moody, and then I thought maybe it was kind of like some breeding behavior, because I do have another Oscar in this tank, Felix, because they were the odd couple. And so I didn't know if like one was a male and one was a female and what was going on. And anyway, basically just to kind of get you guys caught up to what's going on, Oscar wasn't eating very well. Health looked pretty good. He didn't lose weight or anything, but just was kind of lethargic and always kind of hanging out at the bottom. Wasn't eating. I wasn't sure what was going on. Maybe it was kind of some kind of compaction, or constipation, or like maybe being egg bound if it was a female. I wasn't sure what it was. I thought could have been some type of illness. So I did remove Oscar from this tank here so that I could put him in another 40-gallon breeder by himself, and just not have any other fish around him. It's clean, bare bottom, treated for some different types of issues, both bacterial and other things. But ultimately it didn't last. He didn't make it, and he is gone off to fishy heaven. So anyway, it was really hard for me to make this video, hard to talk about, and a lot of times people ask like what was my favorite fish, and people want to know about African cichlids and mud skippers and things like that. And it was always kind of what's exciting and what was new. Obviously a lot of things going on down here in the fish room, but Oscar was different. Oscar wasn't like a display tank. He wasn't like some cool breeding project. He was a pet. He was named, right? So my fish had a name, which most of my fish don't have names. The only fish that have names in all the hundreds of fish that I have is the other Oscar, which is Felix, and then the 4 African mud skippers and the figure 8 puffer. All the other fish do not have names. So anyway, Oscar was a wet pet. He was very near and dear to myself, my family. It was my wife's favorite fish. She loved him and adored him because she was, with him for the past couple of years and saw, how he grew and how he healed. And so anyway, yeah, very sad. And so that's why I didn't post a video. I didn't feel like making any video. I've got tons of footage to edit, from Hawaii vacations and stuff like that, but just didn't feel like doing anything really. It was just hard enough for me to come down here and do water changes. It kept me up at night. But finally I just decided, you know, to you have to move on and you've got to keep pushing forward. And so I do have some projects that I'm working on that will kind of take my mind off of it, and that's kind of how I operate, is to be very focused on other things and just kind of, you know, put my energy into something that is productive so that I can kind of you know, not think about it. But anyway, so that's what's going on. I don't want to draw this video out too much and get all emotional. For those of you that have been watching Oscar over the last couple of years, all the videos, I do appreciate it. I'm sure he appreciated it as well. And for those of you that gave well wishes on that most recent video, as far as you know, wishing him well, I appreciate that as well. And if you do happen to comment down below, I'm not going to answer a bunch of questions as far as health and medications. I really don't want to get into it, but I did want to share with you guys and be very upfront and transparent as far as, you know, the fact that you're not going to be seeing him anymore, and just to give you guys an update. So anyway, that's about it for this video. Upcoming videos, I will be making videos about I've got this big project that I'm building, so that will be new and exciting. Dean Twiddell, the master breeder that a lot of you know from Aquarium Co-op's channel. I've got some footage of him, and we'll be sharing his visit to this fish room, and also some other stuff that we're going to be doing. So anyway, as always, I appreciate your viewership. If you do comment down below, again, I'm not going to respond to the comments, but I do appreciate all of your condolences, well wishes in advance. And thanks again, and we will catch you on the next one.